is now 5 p.m. and I will ask everyone in attendance to please silence your cell phones, and I call this administrative meeting of the City Council of Ozark to order. We open this evening with a public hearing for Project Crunch. So I will go ahead and open this public hearing. Do we have anyone in attendance that would like to speak for or against the approval of Project Crunch?
I think it's a great idea. We need to move forward.
All right. So with that, I will close this public hearing. And next, we have a presentation by the mayor.
Sure. Several months ago, we worked with Fort Novosel warrant officer people to put a warrant officer museum in the Holman House. And of course, I had no idea, and the young soldiers on Fort Rucker had no idea, that we had such a Army aviation trailblazer living right here in Ozark on Broad Street. So once we found that out, we solicited Miss Michelle Mann to do an article in Dothan Eagle, and she did, and it turned out to be a great article, and I'm not going to read the whole article because it's way too lengthy, but I did want to just hit a few high spots. From homecoming queen and valedictorian of Coffee County Zion Chapel High School in 1969, the Blunt Spring community native became the 36th woman to enter the Silver Wings of the Army Aviator in 1978, beginning a journey during which the adjective first woman often preceded her name. I took the civil service test and got a job on Fort Rucker, she said, after her 1975 job in the flight school personnel section. That was where I realized that women were in the warrant officer aviation program, and I decided that's exactly what I wanted to do. Marla knew her World War II infantry machine gun father would not approve. He did not think women should be in the military. Marla still has a certificate marking the day she took her solo flight. It's the day embedded in her memory because of September 29, 1977 was also the day she finally told her parents she was in flight school. I went back to the payphone at the barracks and called my mother. She said, my mother yelled, Patricia, are you crazy? My father said nothing on the phone that day, but later she realized that he was proud of her. She was the first female pilot to command in Korea. She served in Fort Hood, Texas under the division called Hell on Wheels. She moved back to Rucker. She was assigned to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, to the Arizona National Guard. She was the Arizona Guard's first female to obtain the rank of Chief Warrant Officer 4 and the only female C-12 and AH-64 pilot at the time. She spent a lot of time as the first female, Marla said as she reflects on her career. I guess I got tired of always being known as the first, she said. I just wanted to be a great aviator, and I did just that. So we took this article and we turned it into this plaque, and we're going to present it to Miss Marla. I invited her brother to be here tonight, who is Ray Marla, the mayor in Headland, and he had a city council meeting and could not be here. So we're going to let you take this plaque and do whatever you want to for some period of time, but we would like it back to put in the museum. So. Thank you.
I'd like to say something. Thank you guys for the recognition. I so appreciate it. But most of all, I wanted to say that my greatest privilege in life was being a soldier. So that I will eternally be grateful for. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you. Especially, it is very fitting, especially on the week where we do celebrate our family. We especially celebrate those who continue to give it to us. Thank you. At this time, we will review the agenda for the 5:30 p.m. meeting. So after calling to order and the prayer and pledge of allegiance, we will review the minutes from the regular council meeting that was held on June 18th, 2024. What are the wishes of the council? Council members, have you had a chance to review those minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. 4, then we set the agenda as presented. Item number 5 is the approval of the Kroger opioid settlement agreement. So Attorney Adams, would you like to speak on that for us?
This is a continuation of the nationwide opioid litigation. It started with the manufacturers of the opioids that are being misused. The next step was the distributors. The next step is retailers, and that's what we have here with Kroger. You're called upon to say whether you want to opt into the litigation or not, and that's the question. You're involved in a number of the other suits involved all the way back to the distributors, the manufacturers. And this is the first retailer that we have experienced, but it's a continuation of providing, hopefully, funds to compensate the governmental bodies for the expense that they've had to incur with the treatment of opioids and the hours on end that our police, fire, and the EMS people have had to spend, with opioid addictions. So I encourage you to opt into this litigation.
Thank you. Council members, do we have any additional questions on whether we want to opt into this settlement agreement?
No.
Thank you. Item number 6 is to approve a special called city council meeting on July 16th, 2024 at 4 p.m. to review the budget for fiscal year 2025. Chris, would you like to speak on that?
That is what I'm asking.
We did ask that at the last council meeting, and that seemed like it was a good day and time for everyone, so if that still holds forth, that's the reason that it's as it is in the agenda. Does that still look good for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay. Item number 7 is to approve an authorized representative for the incumbency certificate for Regions Bank.
So as everybody knows, Regions Bank is the carrier of our geo warrants that we have for our bonds. I got approached through email from our representative through Regions Bank that they need the incumbency certificate signed and executed, just giving authorization to me to have conversations with them. So that's what that is.
So with that, does anyone have any additional questions for letting our CFO handle that? All right, thank you. Item number 8 is to approve a job description for EMS. Director Ward, would you like to come and speak on that?
Good evening.
Good evening.
This is for the non-emergency transport van because it's a new service that we're going to be providing. We does not have a job description for that driver, and that's what this is for, and I asked the job approved.
Okay. Council members, do we have any additional questions for Director Ward on that job description?
No.
Okay. Item number 9 is to approve an unbudgeted purchase for the EMS power stretcher.
This is the ambulance that y'all approved a couple of years ago, and we just not getting ready to get it in, and it does not have a stretcher in it, and we was waiting until it got closer for delivery because of COVID. We didn't know when we was gonna get it, but I asked that you approve for that power structure, for that ambulance.
So I have a question. So it's unbudgeted in the EMS fund?
That's correct.
Okay, so does that mean we just put it on order, but it's really gonna be 2025?
No, we're gonna go ahead and purchase it now, because that ambulance is on its way.
Okay,
And I checked Chris, and we got the money in the budget to make the purchase.
okay, that was my only question, but
Yes.
I didn't, okay. All right, thank you. Council members, are there any additional questions for Director Ward on item 9?
No, you need that special
Oh, yeah.
for this,
Yes,
job description. We just,
yes. Thank you, Director
Thank
Ward.
you.
Item number 10 is to approve a contract agreement with Alabama Power for LED lighting. Ryan, would you like to come up and speak on that for us?
Yes. These are an upgrade to some lights that they found that for some reason got missed on, I guess it was a couple of years ago when they went around and did upgrades. So these are a few they missed, and it's not a cost. In fact, it's going to be a savings because these lights are already in place.
Yes, yes. If I remember, it's a $3,000 per year or something that we're
That's
saving,
what they get.
something like that. Yes. Council members, do you have any additional questions for Ryan on approving that contract with Alabama Power?
she mentioned that those lights over on the trailer park, off College Street, do we really need those burning?
I did not intend to add those.
Thanks.
Thank you, Brian. Item number 11 is to approve an economic development grant agreement between the City of Ozark and the Utilities Board of the City of Ozark, Takala LLC, and JHJ Ozark LLC. Holly, would you like to come speak on that?
Sure. This is the agreement for the public hearing, which we had earlier in the meeting. This is for a quick service restaurant that's coming to Midtown Plaza. They needed sewer, and there are 2 other parcels there that are available for future businesses that will also need it. So the Utilities Board has committed $50,000 toward that. If the city will also do $62,000, which will come back from sales tax. So it will not be a cash grant, it will be half of the sales tax, up to $62,000.
And then just for me, I feel like the answer is yes. I know that we have certain qualifications for economic development grants, like they have to.
Yes, there will be job creation and
Yes.
for sales tax revenue from this. Of course, that's from the non-educational portion of the sales tax. And then the whole shopping center parking lot will be resurfaced at the conclusion of construction.
Council members, do we have any additional questions for Holly on the approval of this?
Yes.
Everybody knows it,
Okay,
but this is official.
okay.
That's my office right there.
Attorney Adams believes that at this point in the project, we can go beyond calling it Project Crunch and reveal that it is Taco Bell. As if anybody was wondering.
Let me add one thing to that, to tell you how this started. It's about 800 feet from the sewer main. So they wanted us to help them with that. Well, one of our #1 complaints is that parking lot. So we went to the Taco Bell guy and said, look, we'll help you with that if you'll work with a shopping center owner, and let's go ahead and connect to the 2 other parcels where we don't have to pick it up again. And then we repave the whole thing. So we're trying to think ahead.
And also, the other side of that parking lot has a different owner, and I've already contacted him to say, hey, you probably want to hop on this and have them do it at the same time. So hopefully we'll get the whole parking lot taken care of in minutes.
Which would make it appealing to additional prospects.
Right.
Thank you. Council members, do you have any additional questions for approving this grant agreement? For Taco Bell?
Ran for the border.
You can tell the internet they were right. They were right, it's Taco Bell.
Madam President, I want to congratulate whoever called up Project Crunch.
That was me.
Okay, so at this time, I will go out into the audience. Are there any department any comments or questions on any of the agenda items this evening? Okay. Is there anyone in attendance that has any questions or comments on any of the agenda items this evening? Is there anyone in attendance that has any comments or questions on any subject in particular? Okay, so with that, I will go to final comments. Mayor?
All right, I got several things. To give you an update on the Holman House, we got some issues where we had some complaints on the lighting on the outside. We're working on getting that done. And also making arrangements to try to put a sprinkler system in. The Bell helicopter property, when Bell was here, they paid us $560 a month lease on a lot of property that's out there with it. It's our property. That was done that way because they were providing so many jobs and doing so much good for Ozark. Well, when they up and left, Joe and I and Holly and the rest of us feel like that lease was over. They don't feel like that lease was over. We've already leased one piece of that property to another company. We don't feel like they ought to be in Texas holding our property hostage if we have someone come along. So to make their point, they continue to pay. Well, we sent 2 checks back to them. I just want y'all to know that. Because, you know, the whole point of them being here and getting that good deal was they were going to have 200 jobs at the time. Well, they never reached that. So I just want y'all to know we're working on that. The Andrews apartment development out behind Love's, looks like that's going to be ready to occupy in mid-August. And I will tell you that that seems like the project is going so well that the developer has asked us to be looking for additional property. So hopefully we can build some more. On our Civic Center project, the stage and sound portion of that is supposed to be done in August. We did find, hopefully, a company that can repair that lift. We're working on that. And next meeting, I hope to have something to present to y'all where I'm wanting to add 2 projection screens. It's more technical than projection screens. It's something more updated that would be on either side of the stage, so when we have events there, you know, we can use those as well. But I just got those numbers in today, so I didn't have it in time. Military flag program is still going extremely strong. I think we're up to about 40 more since we put them out. One thing our 101 class is about to try to group those, not in alphabetical order, but put all the A's together, B's together. And that's going to help us tremendously because we chased one for 2 days and the family didn't think we had out and we finally found it. So it's just going to make it a lot easier. We're working with Alabama Power on some camera proposals to where they have really high-tech cameras that we can put in places around the Civic Center, parks, and they actually do it as a part of the power bill. But we'll be looking at putting that together hopefully soon. On August the 12th is the reception for the new General Claire Gill. That'll be at the Holman House. We're working up the details on that. We'll have another meeting on Monday, but y'all will all be getting an invitation for that. The EMS building out there behind the airport, we're looking at building an additional bay similar to the one that's on the other side because we really need all of those ambulances in a bay with all those medications on there. You know, even though they stay busy so much, they don't stay in there a lot, but there's occasions where they are. You know, our number one thing in Ozark that's needed is housing. We do have 3 house plans that we're about to start in the villages, and they're doing a lot of work up there right now. They're clearing lots and a lot of activity right up there. Don't forget Freedom Fest tomorrow, 4 p.m. on Fort Novacell. We do have the plans in-house and issuing the permit on the new Dollar General on the north of town. And we're looking at options on the Open Everett basketball court. Ryan and I think that the best route to go with that is to pull that asphalt slab up, form it, pour concrete, stripe it, be done with it. None of us will ever have to fool with it again. If we try to go back with asphalt, we're going it's just gonna be more difficult to do, so, we're working on getting some prices up on that. The project we had with George Gonzalez, we closed on that last Friday. Chris has a check on that, so that project went exactly like we planned it. It was a win-win for everybody. The person that donated it, the business that got it, and Chris is happy because he got a little money out of it. So. But I think that's all I have.
Thank you, Mayor. Councilman Jackson.
I want to thank the mayor for his comments about the overhead park. I think that's a great idea. And Mayor, also, I'd like to know how we coming along with the Eastgate Gym flooring.
That is done. All the flooring is done. We got to sit down and talk about how we're going to move forward with utilizing that. That is finished.
And possibly some heat and cooling, all right? Heat pump systems. But yeah, thanks, I appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilman Jackson. Councilman Peralt.
I just want to praise our fire at EMS. At church Sunday, one of our church members fainted, and they came very, very promptly and got her to the hospital and everything. It all checked out. So great job by them as always. So.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilwoman Harlow.
Nothing at this time. I'm good.
Okay. So with me, I hope everyone has a safe and thankful 4th, and I hope all the employees enjoy the rest of the week off, because it's Thursday and Friday, right? Yes, okay. So I hope everyone has a long, extended weekend. So with that, I will call this meeting to a close, and we will begin the next meeting in 3 minutes. Hey, I call this meeting of the City Council of Ozark to order. We will open this evening with a prayer led by Councilwoman Harlow and the Pledge of Allegiance led by Mayor Blankenship.
Bow with me, please. Father God, I thank you for this day, dear Lord, and I thank you for all the blessings that you've given us personally as well as the city, dear Lord. And I just pray that you continue to be with each and every one of us. Be with the council today as we make decisions. May they be in the best interest of the city and those that inhabit it. Just continue to be with us as we go about this day. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you so much. At this time, we will review the minutes from the regular council meeting that was held on June 18th, 2024. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move to approve the minutes of the regular council meeting held on June 18, 2024 as presented.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any further discussion on approving these minutes as presented? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 4 is to set the agenda for this evening. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move that we set the agenda as printed.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any further discussion on setting the agenda as presented? Thank you. All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 5 is the approval of the Kroger opioid settlement agreement. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move for the approval to opt in to Kroger opioid settlement agreement.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. All in favor of opting into the Kroger opioid settlement agreement, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 6 is to approve the special called city council meeting for July 16th, 2024 at 4 p.m. to review the budget for fiscal year 2025. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve the special called city council meeting for July 16th, 2024 at 4 p.m. to review the budget for the fiscal year 25. Move for adoption.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any further discussion on setting this meeting? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 7 is to approve and authorize representative for the incumbency certificate for Regions Bank. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move that we approve the authorized representative for incumbency certificate for Regions Bank, to be Chris Peters.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any further discussion on the authorization going to Chris Peters? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 8 is to approve a job description for EMS. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move we approve this job description for EMS.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any further discussion on this job description? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 9 is to approve the unbudgeted purchase for the EMS power stretcher. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, make a motion to approve the unbudgeted purchase for EMS power stretcher. Move for its adoption.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any further discussion on this purchase? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 10 is to approve the contract agreement with Alabama Power for LED lighting. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I move we approve contract agreement with Alabama Power for LED lighting at no cost to the city.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any further discussion on this contract agreement? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Item number 11 is to approve the Economic Development Grant Agreement. What are the wishes of the council?
Madam President, I make a motion to approve the Economic Development Grant Agreement between the City of Ozark, the Utilities Board, the City of Ozark, Takala LLC, and JHJ Ozark LLC. Move for its adoption.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Do we have any further discussion on approving this grant agreement? All in favor of passing the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Please note that there is a court report and a financial report in your packet. With that, I'll go to final comments. Mayor?
Just to add one thing, I'll talk to Colonel Rich Tucker this afternoon, and they're working on some things to do as a kind of a going away for the general. And so when I know more on that, we'll get with y'all. It's going to do something that includes the 9 cities that are kind of partners with them. So.
Okay. Thank you. Councilman Jackson?
No.
Councilman Peralt?
Just wish everyone a happy and safe 4th of July.
Councilwoman Harlow?
Yes, I'd just like to invite everybody to come out to the Freedom Fest tomorrow on Port Novocal. One of our local favorite bands will be playing at 4:45. And
Would that happen to be your husband?
One of our favorite
very
bands.
local favorite. He plays all the Jersey and stuff. And also, happy holiday for Independence Day for everybody, and, we want to thank our military for serving.
Thank you. And everyone else took care of mine. So with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Thank you. I have a motion on the floor. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. Do we have any discussion on adjourning? All in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes unanimously. I call the meeting